Kalimera, Kalispera, wherever time you are watching, this is Mappa. The season may be over, but the content continues. And as you can see, we have a very special guest here, Mr. Massamba Sambou. Mon frère.
Mon frère,
How
hello,
you doing?
Kalimera, Kalimera.
Kalimera, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. How about you?
Well, I was going to say muy bien, but that's Spanish. See, très bien.
Yeah.
Très bien. There you go.
Yeah.
Mas, thank you for joining us. Before we talk about your time at AEL, can you share us maybe some stories about your time going through Monaco's academy? Because I understand you went through the under-21s, you played in the first team with some fantastic players like Yaya Toure, or blimey, there's so many players, Jan Koller. These are fantastic players. What do you remember about your time in Monaco?
Really, everything great because, like I said, this was my my former team, and give me this opportunity to become a professional. For me, this is like it's like family, because when you come from Africa, you come here, you come in the academy, and the team take care of you because really Monaco is one of the best center, the best academy in France. Really, if you take like 4 or 5 best in France, when you come here in the academy, really they take care of you about everything you want, to be not only a good player but also a good person. You know what I mean? Because when you come, you are not like you are still young, so they take care of you to help you how to grow up, and this is very important. So that's helped me a lot, and also they give me that opportunity to become a professional, because professional is like this was my dream. So to become professional to my team, to my former team, this is like really was really amazing. And also when I joined the first team, you see like you see now you tell me about Yaya Toure, but it was not only Yaya Toure, it was Yaya Toure, Jeremy Menez, Gaël Givet. I mean, how I say, I make also some training with Fernando Mores. With this team, there was like in Champions League, it was like really it was like a dream, It's like it was just amazing.
So you mentioned some very, very well-known players, world-class players. Were there any players in that squad who you, as a youngster, looked up to in terms of your personal development and in terms of their leadership qualities?
Really, the professionals, because they are all the great players. Really, they are really professional. They come early, they work, and they go home the last. Like when they come, they come first, like 1 or 2 hours before training. They work hard. Even in the training, they don't like to lose. You know what I mean? They always fight. You know what I mean? And after training, when people go home, they stay, work again. So that's this is the difference. Like a really great player and unlike the other.
So talk to me about Yaya, because listen, he came to the Premier League and he was undoubtedly one of the best players we've ever seen in the Premier League. I think he went from Monaco to Barcelona. Was it Monaco to Barcelona?
Yeah.
So what was it about him? Obviously, he was a talented player then, but did you think that he'd become this world-class talent?
Yeah, for me, without any doubt. Really, I see this guy, I know that this guy was just amazing. Really. Was great person, but in the pitch or training, this guy don't talk. He don't talk, but he love ball, you know what I mean? When you play with him, I mean in training, he always come, ask the ball, do some small things. But how I say, his vision of football was little bit higher than all the teammates, you know what I mean? He was really, how I can say, I don't know how I can say, because really he was amazing players. I remember when he was with Monaco, he wasn't good in the position of the, but when he start to play good, then you see the difference, man. He win the game, he help us a lot. So No, for me, without any doubt. When I see him, I see that this guy. When I saw him, I see this guy was not stay. He will not stay in Monaco. Was 100%.
Yeah, yeah. And you also play with people like Marco Di Vaio, another
Yeah,
fantastic
Di
player.
Vaio also. Yeah, Di Vaio. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Jan Koller, who was 6
Yeah,
foot
Jan Koller, great professional.
7.
Yeah, 30. I think when he was there, 30, 34, 35,
Yeah.
6. I don't know, but really great professional. Really, really.
Something along those lines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But you know, you've played with some fantastic players, not just at Monaco. You know, you in India with Cap de Villa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, those players.
Yeah. So Cap de Villa had won a World Cup at that time, I think. Was he world champion at the time?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, great person, great player and great person, really. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, look, as I said, you've played with some fantastic players. You've had some fantastic experiences, but let's talk about IL. You joined them in January 2015, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And that was before that, the year before, they came second. They got to the Champions League qualifiers. They lost to, was it Zenit St. Petersburg? Then they lost to Spurs in the Europa League. But you joined after all of that. And if I'm not mistaken, was it Maggi that was in charge at the time? Was it Havos Maggis? Was Maggi in charge at the time, or was it
was
Bumbo?
not Makis. I think Makis come just a little bit when they finished the championship, when they finished the Champions League.
Right, so it's Christoforou as a coach.
Yeah, Christoforou. Me when I Christoforou bring me there.
Right. Okay. So how did the whole transfer come about? Because I think you were in India at the time, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yeah, I was in India because my team was Chateauroux, Berishon Chateauroux, was loaned for in India. So when I go in India, I play a little bit good. So when the championship finished in India, and one guy contact me. My agent contact me to told me about one team in Cyprus interested on me, on my to bring me in Cyprus, because I didn't know good the championship of Cyprus really. So I wanted to go back to France because I had also some team in second division. Then when they contact me, I tell them to let me some days to see, try to make some research to see how good is the championship, like the level or all this kind of things, And when I talk with the coach Christoforou, and really he helped me a lot to be to come. He pushed
to persuade you to
he was calling me every day to tell me that this is really it will be a good decision if I join them, because he really need me this and this, he want me there. And then I say okay. So really was fast, because when I finish in India, I think 1 or 2 weeks after that I go back. I come to Cyprus.
So I know you had some time in Greece, so I don't think it took you long to get used to the Cypriot culture, because it's very similar.
Yeah,
but in terms of the club IL, we know about the club's history. As I said, they came second the previous season, so there must have been a lot of pressure. But the fans, what were the fans like when you were at the club?
Amazing. I will tell you, really, IL fans, they are amazing. Other than when they come to the stadium, make the fire, all those things, they are like family. You know what I mean? This is what I feel really when I come there. That's what the difference. That's why I wanted really to continue with IL for maybe, I don't know, long time. Because when I come, they help me. You know what I mean? I remember in Facebook, I'm not the guy who talk a lot on Facebook or Instagram, those kind of things. But when I come in Greece, every single day, people make me
friend request.
They send me some message requests, and then I start to talk with them. But really was like an amazing experience, and I really love them. Really. I feel like home, when I was there, really. Yeah.
So would you say that, you know, you would be, because we've spoken to other players that have played for Ireland, and it was a similar thing in the sense that they'd go to a coffee shop or they'd go to a supermarket or they'd go shopping with their family and they'd be stopped by the fans to talk to them and they'd offer to buy them things and just be, as you said, like a family. Was that a similar thing?
They're similar. But for me, was really, for me, this is, I'm happy to see this kind of things, because always when I was in Cyprus, always when the fans stop me or this and that, for me was like something great, because but they ask me something, maybe how I say, photo or this kind of things. For me, I have to stop, talk with them little bit, and make this kind of things, because like I said, they are like they was like my family, you know what I mean? So was not problem. I can stay maybe 30 minutes, talk with them. This is no problem.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's
It was
brilliant.
really my pressure to talk with them.
Well, you joined in January. You joined in January, and I know the season wasn't going so well for the club, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, you made your debut against Apollon. Is that correct? The 3-3.
Yeah.
Now, Apollon, as you know, big rivals. So, in terms of the atmosphere, the experience, what do you remember about that?
I remember like the first day, the first day I came, the coach started to talk with me about the game. Say, you have great game. We're gonna play against our rival, the how I say the name, the team Apollon. So it will be hard game, because when I come, I was injured.
Right.
A big injury, yes, on my ankle. So the coach was asking me, "Are you sure you can play? Because really the striker, they have good striker, Gigi, this and that." No, I say, "No, coach, I don't have problem. I wanted to play. Really, I was injured, but I wanted to play this game. To show also I am happy to be in Cyprus, in Isle. Then we play. I wasn't in 100%. Maybe something like 50%, something like that. But I wanted to, with the atmosphere, with the fans, that helped me also to elevate a little bit my my game. Yeah.
So in terms of the atmosphere, though, we've seen this rivalry for many years, how the fans are Gate 3, the Isle fans against the Gate 1, which are the Apollon fans. But in terms of when you stepped on the Tirio, that pitch, because you've seen the Tirio, it's an old stadium, but you can tell that even though it's got the running track, the fans are still, was that a different atmosphere to what you were used to?
Yeah, different atmosphere, really different atmosphere. Really was something, how I say, was amazing, really amazing. Because I mean, I was in India, a lot of people in the game. Really, the fan come to the stadium, because every game was full. Something minimum every game, like it's something like 30 to 50,000 people every game. But the atmosphere was different than IL, because IL, you saw that something, how I say, you saw the fire, really. You feel it in the game, you feel it on the pitch, So when you see something like that, trust me, you can just give everything you have, you know what I mean?
The thing is, I think, if I remember, Apollon scored 2 goals in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game, which obviously was a difficult situation. But you played Apoel a week later, I think, and beat them 2-1. And Apoel were the champions. They had players like John Arnorisa, Sotirio, De Vicenti. Again, what did that mean to you guys, beating Apoel, who previously they picked them to the title?
Yeah, for me, when I was playing Apoel, because other than IL, I know that Apoel really was one of the great teams in Cyprus, because they won championship before I come. Like every year they are champion or second, this and that. So, and they was playing also Champions League, I think 2 or 1 year before. So I know that they have great players, or those kind of things. For me, the motivation was also very, very high, So we play great, and we beat them. For me, on my mind, I say, bro, if you can beat this kind of team, and they play all what they play great game, and we beat them. for me, I say, why not? You know what I mean? Even we have some problem on the because have some injury, this and that. But I say, if we can be this kind of team, and we make this kind of game, why not? You know, why not? We can maybe do something more. You know. But you know, in football, you cannot know what can happen. You know.
Of course, of course. Well, look, it wasn't a great season for IL.
Yeah.
We know what happened. But let's talk about some good things, because I think we need to focus on the positives. It's important to focus on the positives. I'm sure you had a lot of positives. So I'm going to ask you some questions about your teammates and see what you can tell us about them. Because, in fact, before we do that, tell me about Cyprus, because the players that I have spoken to who have spent time in Cyprus, they've told me it's completely different to what they're used to. And I'll give you one example: how people park their cars in Cyprus, or just strange things that, you know, you saw and you thought, this is a bit bizarre. Was there anything that you saw in Cyprus and you thought, that's not meant to happen, but it's okay because this is Cyprus?
Nah, for me, no. What I see in Cyprus was only positive things, really. I didn't see something like bad or really. To be honest, I was really happy, very happy in leaving Cyprus. Very happy. People are nice, are great, you know. They always ask me where you come from. That's why I was also trying to learn Greek, trying to learn to talk with them, not in English, but try to talk with them in Greek, you know, because I was really happy. When you are happy on one city or one country, something like that, then you try to talk the language, to exchange, like to talk with because maybe some old people, they don't talk in English, you know what I mean? So you try to talk with them with their language, you know. And sometimes when I talk those small language, Kalimera, Kalisa, people, oh, come on, where you come from? You know what I mean? For me, I was just happy to hear something, you know. But I like this. I like the language also, you know.
That's fantastic.
So,
well, I think there was a bit of a French African influence at the club. Did you have any close friends that were there?
Yeah, because Bernard Mendy was there, Diallo Guidile was there also. Nado, Joshua Nado, and also
Zezinho?
And Nado.
Okay, yeah.
He didn't play a lot. He was young, but he came before me. You know, he was there before.
Right.
Yes, was, and so it was like four or five. Well, they was speaking French, but but.
Did you guys stick together, or did everyone in the squad get on really well?
Sometimes we were together. Most of time, most of time we were together. Like after training, go lunch together. No, not after lunch, but you know, when you finish training, we go lunch together, and this and that. Then after, everyone have his life, you know, because have family, have a wife, this and that. No, so
excellent. Well, you mentioned training. You mentioned the training. Who was the worst trainer? Who in training? Who was the worst person that didn't like training or did funny things?
Like a player?
Yeah.
Really, I don't have someone. Really, no. To be honest, I don't remember. To be positive, this is how I am. I just keep the positive things.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This is how I am.
Here's one that will interest you. I heard that who was it? 1 second, I forget the player's name. Cielis, Valentino Cielis. Do you remember him?
Yeah. In training,
I heard he was the best singer. I heard he was the best singer. Is that right, or was there someone else that was better?
That's right. This was like he was really strong. This guy is like in training, on game, is always 100%. This guy is amazing.
Well, but his singing voice, you know, I heard
that
he could sing
also,
very well.
Yeah, he's great person, very nice person. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So in terms of the best dancer, like, because I know you guys obviously before and after games, if you're winning games in the dressing room, you might be dancing a little bit. or even go to the nightclubs? Did you go to the nightclubs? Who was the best dancer?
We was in the nightclub maybe one time. Really, well, because I didn't go I didn't go out like a nightclub too much. Really, maybe 2 times on 1 year, maybe 2 times in Cyprus. So I wasn't the guy who go really too much out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I heard that Meska always wore strange clothes. Is that right?
Yeah, I heard that, but I didn't see him on.
You didn't see?
Maybe we went one time on nightclub, maybe, but I didn't meet him too much out of the training. Yeah.
So, in terms of your strongest opponent in Cyprus, who your opposition, your striker, who would you think was the most difficult one to play against?
I really think it's Gigi. Gigi.
Okay. Apollon.
Yeah, Gigi, Apollon. Also, the Anorthosis, they had one striker from South Africa.
Right. I'm trying to forget. I'm trying to remember his name now.
I forget his name. That time he was in Anorthosis. He was striker from South Africa.
Ndlove.
Huh? Sorry?
Dino Ndlove.
Dino, something like that.
Yeah. Dino Ndlove, yeah.
Also. Yeah, it was difficult. But other than that, yes, it was okay. But Gigi, because he's fast, you have to be always concentrated 100%, this and that, no? And, yeah.
Excellent. So I spoke to Lucas Scavron, the goalkeeper that was at
Lucas.
IL.
Okay.
And he told me that, the club was a very family atmosphere. The goalkeepers really got on. In terms of your teammates, how can you describe the atmosphere within the club? I know it was a difficult time on the pitch with the results, but was everyone strong? Was it a family unit like with the fans?
Yeah, really was like family. Even we was like on the difficult situation. For me personally, I didn't see like okay. I know that the fans that time they really was disappointed, and I can understand them. It's normal because I is great team. When you are a great team, you have to be always to play the first position. This is normal. But that time we had a lot of new players, and maybe something like 13 players. This cannot work immediately. You know what I mean? So that's maybe take little bit time to like make all the players to know each other better, and start to make something good, But really,
Absolutely.
We was like family. Yeah, we was like family. We didn't fight like okay, after game we can fight because we all want to win because So sometimes when you lose game, you want to fight a little bit, but it's not something like out on the pitch. You know what I mean? Out of the dressing room. After that, it's okay. We are family.
So in terms of your experience at the club, what would you say was your favorite experience, the standout experience?
I think when we was like when we won the Super Cup against Apoel. That was for me was something great, and I mean okay, I didn't win the championship. Even was like my target to in with IL, but I didn't have chance to win the chip, and but to win when we get the Super Cup, I was happy because I can say that I win something with this great team, because this team really is in my heart. This is like something I cannot forget,
Yeah.
How they welcome me, these kind of things, how they take care of me, I cannot forget, Other, how I say, out of other than football or this and that, they was really good, really nice with me. So that's why I always keep only good, how I say, positive things about I. Really, I'm fan. I watch the game sometime when I can. But yeah, for sure I will come back in Cyprus. That's that is something like I promise I will come back.
They will welcome you for sure. They will
Yeah, I
welcome
will
you
come
for
back.
sure.
I will come back because I is my family, really.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Now, you mentioned the Super Cup. What were the celebrations like? Because I know in Cyprus, they really value the Super Cup. It's not like other countries where they think, oh, it's just another, trophy that doesn't really mean anything. But for the fans in Cyprus, the Super Cup is a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, they was happy. That's why I keep this on my mind, because it's not like for me, for sure. Like I say, my target is to win chip with this great team. But when I didn't get the chip with this team, but to win this how I say, to take this Super Cup, I saw that the fan was really happy. You know what I mean? I get a lot of message, thank you for everything, this and that. No, for me this is like when you are sportman or everything you do, when people say something like really thank you for everything, we are happy. I think this is like is very important. It's very important.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
my final question, Mas, is do you have any messages for the IL fans watching?
So it's really simple. For me, it's really simple. First, I would just want to say I miss them. I really miss them because I didn't see them for a long time, and I really hope this is what I how I say I really hope they will get next championship, because this year I think it will be even hard. This and that to get championship, to have like many successful, because this great team deserve a lot of good things. But also the fans, for me, they are one of the best fans I meet, really. For the support, for everything, they was really fantastic, So only only positive things. So I really want to say them thank you for everything. I was really happy to play with IL because it's great team. So yeah, I hope to meet them soon.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Well, Mas, thank you so much for your time. Really
thank
appreciate
you,
you
you too,
coming
man.
on.
Thank you for your
And
support.